Sheikh, I want to move to a very interesting verse. It kind of gave me goosebumps when the reciter recited it, and I will have him recite it again, inshallah, one more time for us. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي. If Qari Ayman can recite that verse for us, inshallah.
وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداع إذا دعان فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون.
Thank you very much. Sheikh, this ayah is speaking about asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My first question is dua itself an act from bir? Is it classified under bir?
Of course, and the dua is the ibadah, is the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something, that's worshipping Him at the same time?
Definitely, and that's, if a person does not make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's not worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's not even making the salah. We make dua in Surah Al-Fatiha, we make dua in sujood. So Islam without dua, there's no religion. Because the religion is based on dua. Dua of asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the dua of athana and praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the whole entire worship is about this. And that's why when they asked the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala someone that is far from us, so that we need to raise our voice and call upon Him, or He's close to us? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this verse, and we need to pay attention also to the significance that this is within the context of the ayat of Ramadan and fasting. And the dua in Ramadan accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the dua of the fasting person. But such an amazing precision in the wordings of the ayah that is amazing, as the ulama they mention. If you go through the verses that talks about the Sahaba asking the Prophet ﷺ something, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ, they ask you about the wine, they ask you about orphans, عَنِ الْيَتَامَى, and the many different questions. There's always the word قُل, say, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and then the answer comes. But when you pay attention here, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي, if my slaves ask you about me, there's no قُل. There's no say, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It says directly, فَإِنِّي قَرِيب, I'm close to them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is close to them with His knowledge and power subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the word قُل is removed, is not there, so that the oneness of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is protected. That even the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the best man ever walked on the face of earth, he is not someone that is between the slave of Allah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when it comes to the dua. It's a direct call from the slave of Allah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, although he is the one between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when it comes to the revelation, without the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we cannot know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from us. But when it comes to the tawheed, the oneness of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no one is between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why whoever recites this ayah and doesn't rush to make dua and keep on making dua, we are really so deficient when it comes to asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The early generations of Islam, they used to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even for the salt of the food. So to be thinking that we don't need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala much, this is a deficiency, a weakness, a disease in the heart. That's why we need to reflect upon this and to call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to respond to the call from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make dua.
And what I find very interesting about this verse is that he says, أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. And the most beautiful thing is that it cuts off any sort of middleman. You don't need to go to somebody's grave to ask him, to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, you have the capability, and he tells you here in this verse that I am close. Ask me and I shall answer. So it's this misconception that so many people have, that we need somebody that's more religious than us to ask for us. We need somebody that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer. No, He's telling us He's going to answer if you ask Him. If you and I, anybody can ask Him and He will answer.
And even if it's permissible, because we know that some of it is shirk, associating partners with Allah. As you said, people going to the grave, people asking the dead and the deceased. This is shirk. This is associating partners with Allah. But even when it comes to going to those who are alive, many people, they will go to the sheikh or to the scholar or to the imam of the masjid, please make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for me. It's permissible, but why do you need to do this when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling you to make dua yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Why would He listen to him and not you, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that He would call, or He would respond to the call of anyone that would ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So we need again to work on ourselves. We need, and shaitan would whisper, oh, you are sinner, you are weak, you'll not be able to be like this other person. No, put away the whispers of shaitan, turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone and ask sincerely from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most merciful.
SubhanAllah.